In order to live all this, at this time we will have to re-understand again every sign that the Father has wanted to give to all of humanity. Every sign that leads to Christ and to His Spirit, brought into the history of man and of humanity to bring hearts back to live a holiness and a fidelity alive and total to the Father's heart, in respect of His will. All that has been handed down will be reproposed and made understood to ensure that Christian identity is understood in essence and lived in substance, without justifications or mystifications by those who, in this time, became the promoter of the greatest anti-Christian revolt in the history of God, to eradicate true Christendom from the hearts of all peoples. Those who, having become apostates, wanted to challenge the Father, forgetting that there is a limit and a time for everything, the limit in time established by the Father, 1 time, 2 times, half a time. At that time, who came to adore the sign of God? The priests? The duct? The wise ones? No. Only the humble shepherds and the sages come from far countries. This is what history and Jesus teaches us. Mary, the Mother Church, the cradle of the Father's love and the tabernacle of His living love, are the sign given in these times to this arid and lost humanity, that closed their eyes for not wanting to see and their ears for not wanting to hear the work to Christianization of the people implemented by the Pharisees and the Herods of today, who seek, by deceit and lie, to kill the sign of God in the bud, making a massacre in the hearts of so many innocents called to live the manifestation of God. Whoever wants to seize and welcome the sign of the Father sets out on a journey, following the example of humble pastors and sages from distant countries, moving away from today's Pharisees, that even though they knew, did not go and did not let welcome, those who would have wanted to go and contemplate, the sign given by the Father to humanity. Now as then, those who want to recognize and welcome the sign of God descended from heaven in this blessed land, must strip themselves of their own prejudices, their own human convictions, and set out on a journey, guided by the luminous example of the life of the Maiden of God, she who with wisdom and faithfulness, abandoned herself to the call of the Father and, embodying the virtues of Mary, she that led many to contemplate the sign of love given by the Father in this land. To all of you, yearning to know the whole truth, I say, come, follow Mary, she who, with her example of life, leads you to recognize in the child Jesus the sign donated by the Father for the salvation of this humanity. Come to this cradle of love, the last grotto of the manifestation of God, kneel, to worship the Spirit of the Savior, who has come down to this land of love to give the life to all His children and to all men and women of good will. And so be it.